Hello, and welcome to Stroke by Stroke. I have a few of my supplies set out here that I am planning to use. It includes my Metamorphosis watercolors. These are the granulating ones from White Nights. And I have a big giant thing here of clear tar gel that I'm gonna start by just putting some of that on here and drying it. I also have, this is the craft paint, the white matte paint that I like, and I added two of these full of clear water, and it had a little bit of paint, maybe that much left in it, I think. So this is a very runny white now. And I'm also going to go ahead and put some more water in with my Daler-Rowney FW acrylic ink. And this is the golden, not golden brand, but it's a gold color. Okay, and now, because this is almost empty too, and so I'm shaking this up as much as I can, and this is very, very liquidy now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Maybe. Having arthritic hands is very difficult with big jars and things like that. And this is, I bought this when I was still in New Mexico actually, but I never got around to using it. And you can see there's a whole bunch here on the, whatever this is, the sealed. And I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Set this aside for now. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use a palette knife. Let's see what I can get to come off here. Actually, I'm surprised, not a whole lot. And I'm just loosely putting this in just to give it some texture and to protect what's underneath, because when this rehydrates, I bet it's going, or reactivates, I bet it's gonna move around. Because this, if you didn't watch the most recent video, this I pulled, yep, there it's reactivating. You can see it happening. Anyway, so this is what was all over the glass plate in that video, and I just put this piece of mineral paper down and basically just did a print of it. So, man. Okay. I think that's about all I'm going to be able to get off of this piece. And okay, it's done its thing, so I just couldn't bear to throw away any of it unless I had to. Okay, and now I'm gonna use an old there we go. This is very springy, this palette knife, extremely flexible, so that's not a terrible thing. And because that is an acrylic gel, I don't want to wash it in my sink because that will just harden up down your drain and cause lots of issues. So make sure that you somehow account for that. All right. Okay, and now I'm just going to use the hairdryer on this, and then I think it will be at a place where I am ready to start painting it. And of course, if you don't want to use a hairdryer, you can just go away and wait and let it dry on its own. And this is still tacky. I can feel it, but I'm gonna go ahead. I may end up not happy with my choice to do that, but we'll find out. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put some of this very liquidy acrylic down. And I'm going to use my ever-present palette knives to kind of just move this around. And there you can see the texture of the clear tar gel. Okay. And that is also acrylic, so okay. And now I'm going to do some very liquidy gold. Smush that around too. Oh, that's pretty. And I'm just going to come here to a biggish round brush. And I've got a lot of really pretty oranges and yellows here. So I'm going to use my Evening Brume, B-R-U-M-E. And I'm just gonna and because the white and the gold are still wet, it's gonna do stuff like that. And just kind of blend, 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 and that's okay, at least for now. Okay. And now I'm going to use the mountain broom. Just come in here. Now I want to dry that before it goes any further. Alright, it may not be completely dry, but I think it's going to be enough. And now I'm going to come in here with the Blue Mystery. Oh, yeah. And now it's Blue Dream. See, and I want that cover for it not to be, I don't want it to cover up too much. And so I want the other stuff to show up too. Back here to the Blue Mystery. Back to the Blue Dream. Mystery again. I'm going to dry that now. Alright, not 100% dry there, but it's going to be soon, so. Alright, now I'm going to come back to the to this part. And I am going to do some red mystery. And now this is going to be black mystery. Perfect. And now this is Morning Broom. And now this is Forest Broom. And remember, anytime I say broom in this particular video, know that it's spelled B-R-U-M-E. And I'm coming back into the Mountain Broom. Try this again. Okay, and now I'm going to come back in here with some Rose Dream. Haven't used this one yet in this image, so I think it would be right nice right there. Now I'm going to use it up here a little bit. And I love how the different colors that come together to make these White Nights colors. I'm going to close this now. I just love how all these colors that you don't expect just kind of start showing up. And I just think that's beautiful. And now I'm going to add, I think I need to add some green, like down here at the very bottom. And then, ladies and germs, I think that this might be a completed image. Wow. I think that might be a speed record for me. Okay, I'm gonna use the, what am I gonna use? I'm going to use the Green Dream. Haven't used that one in this, but it's a brighter green, if you can see that there. And I think, yeah, coming across here, just the very bottom. Okay. And now the Forest Broom again. Great. I'm gonna dry that a little bit. And last but not least, this is the super thin gold. And I want to use my toothbrush, and this is a very stiff toothbrush. I don't know where I came up with it, but it is actually a really good thing to use. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'm going to put this inside this lid. You can see how thin it is right there. Let's see, I don't know if I can do this or not, but I'm gonna try. And if this won't work, I do have gold acrylic paint. But let's see if I can use this. I'm actually just gonna use some of this, because that's a little bit too thin. Okay. And this is just a gold acrylic paint that I picked up a while ago. Put the lid on this. This has its uses, but I want the frame to be a little more, I want it to cover a little bit better. Okay. And it doesn't have to be a perfect frame, but just, I actually am starting to like this, doing this to my images. But you know, when I was just starting out as learning how to do art when I was a teenager and stuff like that, I went through a huge phase where I put black black frames on everything, and maybe I'm reverting to that childhood kind of aesthetic, but so what? Art therapy doesn't, at least in my opinion, necessarily mean that it has to be like fantastic, perfect art all the time. I am going to give 2 coats of this. one of the things I really do like about making art so often and then keeping it, and you know, I look through it. Might do that in a video sometime. If you want me to do that, let me know. But I can see these sort of recurrent themes that like to show up. And I am becoming aware that gold frames are starting to show up. And why not? You know, and you guys know by now, I would imagine, if you follow these videos at all, that I'm really not that interested in making quote-unquote nice, pretty, pleasing, whatever, images. I'm more interested in creating images that explore me and my world, you know, and also just the therapeutic aspect of making art in general. That's really my point here. And the fact that I'm doing it in a channel, I just don't think that that kind of approach to art is generally very, it's not as easy to come across, you know, as it is these really nice, very professional, and I love it, I do, and I'm not at all bashing anybody's art, because art is so subjective, and what I think is nice, somebody else might think is just terrible. And that's the beauty. If we all liked the same things and created the same things, wouldn't that just be really boring? Anyway, I'm gonna dry that a little bit. I think I just put out some more acrylic, and I'm gonna set that over here. I am gonna do at least one more. This has been Stroke by Stroke. I hope you enjoyed this. I used 3 different golds here to do the frame, but good enough. And it made me really happy to make this piece. So I will always encourage you to do what makes you happy, and also do whatever you can to be to give yourself a little grace each day, and also others, because yeah. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, or whatever time of day it is for you, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for joining me.